I'm about to give the neckiest neck ever. I'm about to do my big one. Like, I'm about to just boom, 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 boom. And he ain't coming. So I just let when he clapped on my fucking cheeks, right? But hey, thank you for tuning in with The Real Mina Millions. This is The Real with Mina, and we are back. Today we back, and we back with a story time. So, y'all, we back with a story time, and I'm going to finish off I Fell in Love with a Married Man Part 2. So, guys, I got a text the other day, and the text said him. And if you don't know who him is, y'all know who him is. Him is him. So, when I saw the text, I was like, I couldn't really remember. I was busy at the moment. So I was just like, who is this? So I wasn't thinking. I had a lot going on. Life was lifing. So when I saw the text and it was like, hey, you, I responded back and was like, who is this or whatever. And the person said the married man you fell in love with. So I was just like, yikes. Okay. You know, whatever. I didn't respond because I feel like it's a test of faith. I am currently in a phase of manifesting my husband, and in order to get my husband, what I gotta do the right thing. I gotta live a righteous life, and I cannot be going back into spaces that don't deserve me. Not saying he's not a great person, because I truly and genuinely feel that he is. You know, people, the flesh does things that the mind and heart wouldn't do. So I was just like, okay, yeah, I know that might be a crazy saying, because we do have to think about things before we do them. But, you know, he's a great person. I'll never take that away from him. Anyways, so when I told y'all the story the last time, the story, you know, I think I ended off the story with basically telling y'all like it was not finished. The story wasn't finished because it wasn't. At the time, it's been over a year now. And at the time, I was still kind of entertaining conversations, because that's all it was. We was just conversing. So it wasn't like I was entertaining him and sleeping with him or anything like that. So let me just go ahead and say, I'll save it for the end. I'll save it for the end, because that's what y'all probably coming to see. When he clapped on my fucking cheeks, right? But anyways, so yeah, we, you know, still we were conversing, but it wasn't as frequent as it was when it first started. So I think we probably went like a month or so without speaking for a while, and then he like hit me, and I basically responded. We were friends on social media, and then back in December I went to the Baltimore and Jacksonville game, and we were talking, and I wanted him to come or whatever, and we was gonna do some things, some little strange things for a piece of change. So yeah, I wanted him to come to Jacksonville and join me and my friend for a good time, right? So we were conversing and stuff during the time. I would post on social media, and I was posting like when we were going out and doing things or whatever, and he would comment on social media. So I was like, whoa, this is a bold man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he would comment, heart the pictures and all kind of stuff like that. So I was just like, dang, like, okay, so he must have been telling me the truth. Like, it is not what I think it is. Like, yeah, they, you know, maybe they are going through a divorce. Maybe they are going through a rough patch. So in my head, I want to, you know, like in your head, you like trying to give the benefit of the doubt. So me being in my grown woman era, I'm like, let me just, you know, go with the flow, whatever. He's still entertaining me. I'm still entertaining him. Let's just see what it is. So it was like, it was back and forth for a while with us, like, oh, we can meet up, let's go here, let's go there, like, let's da-da-da-da, whatever. Just back and forth. We would talk on the phone, on FaceTime, and so back to when I left the last story off with us meeting. So when we was conversing, when I found out that he was married, and I asked him about it, he was very like, I'm not hiding it. You know what I'm saying? So he was very kind of like, yeah, I'm not hiding it or whatever. So I said, well, you could have said that to me. Like, any guy I talk to, I tell them from the jump, like, you could tell me anything. I am a person that you can literally sit and tell me anything. And anybody that know me, they be like, it's so easy to talk to you, because I'm a rational person. I don't jump to... I used to be so unlevel. You know, I used to just jump and just be like thinking crazy and all this and that. Now with me in life, has lifed and life has humbled me a lot. And I've changed the ways that I used to do things, the ways that the way that I would communicate. I'm now more level-headed. So when my friends, my family, people I meet, they'll tell me like, it's so easy to talk to you. Like, everybody tell me, you should have been a counselor, or you should have, you know. And I went to school for psychology, but psychologists, y'all know, they go through a lot. Listening to people's life and stuff, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, maybe I should have. Instead of nursing, I should have been a psychologist or whatever. But I don't know. I love to talk. I love to understand people and things like that. But it's hard now, like, because I think I hear so much stories and I deal with so many, I got this going on, that going on, like back and forth, to the point that I'm just like, yeah, no. So anyways, yeah, so we would, you know, say, oh, like, let's meet up or whatever. So he was supposed to come to my house. He lives about 3 hours away from me. So he was supposed to come back to, you know, the area where I live, where we met, and spend some time with me. So he told me like he was coming. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I had my daughter set up to be with my mom. I had done, you know, took her school stuff over there. I'm home. I've cleaned up. I've cooked. I've done all this stuff because this man said he was coming. I'm waiting. So I'm a person like, and I have to get out of this. I'm not going to text you. I'm not going to question you. So if you tell me something, I feel like when you tell somebody something, you know what you told them. So it's no need for me to ask you like, where you at? What time you coming? When are you going to be here? Because it's like, you're grown. You know how to communicate. So if you told me you're coming, or if you say, hey, I'm walking out of my door, I'm on the way, I would think like within an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I'm expecting like a message or a call to say, I'm an hour out, you know, things like that. So I just waited around. So everybody, my friends, like, he not there yet. I'm like, no, not yet. So, you know, I started getting worried. I'm like, well, maybe something happened, like, you know, whatever. And then I spoke to my mom about it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, he said he was coming, but he not here yet. So she was like, call him and, you know, make sure he's okay. So I was like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying, okay, but I knew like I was not going to do that. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, because I just don't feel like something happened. If something happened, I would think, you know, I would know. Or I don't know, I go off of my feelings. I'm very intuitive and I have a great sense of discernment. So I feel things before. I don't want to spook y'all out, but I feel things, I dream things, and I have like little visions, kind of like Raven off of That So Raven. A little bit sometimes, and it literally be like seconds before it happened, or maybe a day before it happened, and I didn't have any sort of feelings that something bad happened. So, you know, I just waited. So when it got to about like 7 o'clock, I was like, okay, yeah, he ain't coming. So I just left it alone. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna see. So that night, I was thinking and I'm laying in my bed, and I was like, I got pissed, low key. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I cooked, I cleaned, I went and bought stuff, I went and did this, went and did that. Like, you should have seen me running around like a chicken. Like, I went and got brushed and got waxed. I went and because I was like, yeah, this is about to be our first time. We about to boom, 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 with a boom, boom, boom. And I'm about to, do all I need to do. So, yeah, so I basically, I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, this is about to be the first time. I ain't had none in a year at this point. I'm about to get me some. I'm about to throw that in a circle. I'm about to give the neckiest neck ever. I'm about to do my big one. Like, I'm about to just, like this man about to pack all and move up in here. Like, at this point. So, very cocky, very fucking arrogant. For sure.
Okay, we go see.
So, I was ready. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I was so ready. I ain't even gonna lie. It made me mad. So, I'm laying in my bed and I'm, like, mad a little bit. But I'm like, okay, maybe, just wait and see what he says. Like, a man don't like you jumping down their throat. A man don't like chaos. Some people do. But most men like a woman that can communicate. So I was like, you got to be able to communicate like a grown woman. You can't be acting like you still 20 years old. Like, you can't be doing that. So I decided to text him and was like, if you weren't coming, you could have said that. So he texted me back and was basically like, I'm so sorry. I forgot I had to go somewhere. I don't want to say where. But he said he had to go somewhere. And basically, like, his wife had something that they needed to attend together. And he had to be there for their image. So, me just like laughing. Y'all would think this shit is a movie. On my soul, this sounds like a movie, but
my soul, I don't care. I really don't. I don't. Girl, I don't give a fuck.
Y'all, like, I literally cannot believe like this. I really was in a daze. Like, this is really my life. Like, God, what did I do? Why you keep doing this to me? Sending me just these, but he ain't sending them. I'm picking them. So it's what I'm attracted to. Like, why is my spirit and soul attracted to these sort of men's? So I just was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I left it alone, and I ain't talked to him for a good minute after that. So then, what threw me for a loop, like, they went to his family. Yeah, after that, I just kind of left him alone, is what I was telling y'all. And I just was like, I'm going to leave it like that. It ain't meant to be. It is what it is. Like, I don't know the situation, whatever's going on. He went to a place where he went to his family. And they were supposed to have been going to visit his family or whatever. And I think I asked him, like, oh, is your wife there and your kids? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So y'all having a family time. And he was like, I think it was somebody in his family's, yes. It was somebody in his family's birthday. Y'all, I'm going to be back because my baby. Yeah, so they went to go visit his family somewhere, and I was asking him, like, oh, say enjoy your weekend, enjoy your time with your family and all this stuff like that. Like, I don't mind being your friend, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying, you got your, your wife and stuff or whatever. I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't mess with married men and stuff like that. And we just, we decided to be cool. And he was there at his, with his family and stuff. And then he FaceTimed me. So my whole body was like, huh? Like, when he FaceTimed me, I'm like, what? I was shocked because I'm like, his family is there. His wife is there. And this man is like FaceTiming me. Like, so to me, I'm like, okay, maybe what he told me their situation is really their situation. Because it's no way, like, he's comfortable talking to me. And his people is there. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But, y'all, listen, let me just stop and put a little insert here. Men are men. That man could have said he calling his cousin. Or he calling one of his homeboys or something. And had his earphones in and was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Men are men. So, anyways, I don't know. But that's how, at the time, my mental was like, dang. Like, he talked to me and he brought his family. And, his kids are there. His wife is there. Like, that's crazy to me. Y'all, don't quote me verbatim. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just was like, dang. Like, talking to him on the phone and stuff. And in my head, I'm just like, okay. might be being truthful, about everything to me. Like, why, why would he lie to me? He don't have no reason to lie to me. Who the fuck am I? I'm nobody to him. So, and I've already expressed to him prior. So, like, when we had the conversation, after I found out, that he was married, he basically was telling me, like, he wasn't hiding it. They're going through some things, and, he told me they were getting a divorce in December. So I believed him, because people that I do know that has gotten divorced, like, I don't know why a lot of people get a divorce in December, because it's like a lot of people I know that's been divorced, and they always get a divorce in December. I don't know what's special about December, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It has sound believable. So at that phase in my life, me knowing people that have been through that and like they've been divorced, like my mom got divorced in December. You know what I'm saying? I got family members that's been divorced in December. And if for some reason it's like it's always December. So I believed him. And I was like, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that is the situation. Whatever. I'm going to just I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to be me and just mind my business and continue to be a friend, because, like, that's my friend. Like, that's my dog. Like, I like talking to him. It's nice talking to him. He has great conversation. He's a nice guy. Like, he's handsome. He loves his kids. He loves his family. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I was just like, and a man that's been married for that long, that shows like he definitely knows how to commit. So I'm just like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He got all the qualities in a man that I'm looking for, like everything. So you get blinded, and young girls, take this from me. Sometimes you get blinded. Sometimes you ask for things, or you want things to happen, and then it'll be right there in your face of what you want, and it'll be something there that is stopping that, and you don't know why. Like, you like, why? Like, you know, but it feels so right. It feel like this is what I wanted. Like, that's what I wanted. So you want it that bad that you can taste it. Like, it's right here. And that's how it was for me. It's like, dang, like, this is what I want. Like, I want somebody that tell me I'm beautiful. Somebody that texts me good morning and just want to talk to me, or just want to call me and say, hey, I just want to hear your voice. You know, different things like that. And I was just like, dang, like, this too good to be true. It's no way this man was not sent for me. Like, it's no way this man was not created for me. Like, it's no way. This is exactly what I want, and it's right here. So anyways, you know what I'm saying, what the situation happened after they went out of town and stuff, we was talking and all of that. So we were talking on the phone, we were talking on FaceTime. Then my daughter started getting to the point where, like, she would see me on the phone, on FaceTime or whatever, talking, and she wanted to talk on the phone. And I'm like, damn, like, I don't play about my kid. Like, my child is off limits. If I entertain somebody, I just don't do that. That's not me. My child knows her dad, and she knows the last guy I was involved with, and that's it. My baby I don't want nobody to think like they gotta come in and play daddy. I don't want them to think I'm looking for a father replacement. I'm not into the baby daddy, baby mama drama stuff. None of that is for me. So, and he's not that way either. So I was just like, dang, you know what I'm saying? My daughter, she said, mommy, I want to talk. So I'm like, you know what, like, all right, cool. So he was like, you know, he talked to her, and I know he love his kids. So I'm like, I know he love kids. But for my baby to, like, smile and want to talk to somebody, this is that, because she's very particular about people being around her mama. Like, she just don't play that. Like, the last guy I was involved with, she loved him, and she would cry to go with him, things like that. And that speaks to me, because I feel like kids and old people know spirits, and they know people. So when my child kind of, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like peep the scene, talk to him, smiling, laughing, mommy, what's his name? Like, she want to talk to him and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, like, okay, ooh, like, sticky. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that gets sticky. And I feel like as women and men that are going to potentially date somebody or talk to somebody, you have to be careful with who and what you introduce your children to. And that's me. That is off the table. Like, my child, I don't even put her into no situations where she got to wonder, like, well, who is this or who is that? And a lot of these girls young, they move so loose and things like that. that you have to be careful with that. You really do. Like, I'll tell y'all some stories, but you have to be careful with stuff like that. So anyways, we would talk, and then it was a time when he was saying like he was gonna come again. So this is like the second, maybe third time that he was gonna come. And what happened? Somebody answered for me. He was supposed to come, and he never came. So I was like, okay, at this point, it's not meant for us to see each other. Maybe it's meant for us to just be friends. Maybe it's meant for him to encounter me for some sort of reason, and maybe it's meant for me to encounter him. I don't know what it is. Maybe I know what it is now. My answer, I got my answer for myself, and this might not be God's answers for me, what I was meant to meet him for, but I got the answer of what I was meant to meet him for. So we're communicating, we're talking, and different things like that. So we was talking, and he was going to another area a few hours away from him, and it's a few hours away from me too, like 4 hours away from me. So we was talking about me going there, and I was just like, okay, I'll come, whatever. So then something came over me and was just like, so you gonna sacrifice, not go to work, not take your child to school, not do all the stuff that you normally do. You gonna interrupt your normal schedule to run and go be with a man that has stood you up more than once, and basically then showed you like, yeah, you're not important, so I'm not gonna go out my way, but you can go out your way to come see me if you want to. So I thought about it, and I was just like, so I had already told him like, yeah, I'm coming, and I, all of this and that. I'm getting myself together. I hadn't packed my clothes. I got on the road and all to go. And for some reason, when I got by an exit, something was like turning, and then like he was texting me like, am I coming? I just put my phone on D&D. I'm not even gonna lie, I put my phone on D&D. So like I put my phone on D&D. I came home and I got situated and got myself back, right. And then I got my daughter together for school the next morning, took her to school. I went back to work and stuff, and I kind of just like stopped talking to him after that. I took him off of my social media and everything, because I was just like, how do you keep asking for a husband? Your prayer, you want a husband, you want a family, you want a nice family that your daughter can go home and say, oh, I'm going with my family, and different things like that, or me and my family doing this and that. How do you want these things, but you constantly entertaining people that's not for you? And that's not me saying he's not a good person, but it was more of a wake-up call to me, like, yeah, it's okay to be cool with people, it's okay to meet people, but you don't have to sleep with everybody that you meet. You don't have to put yourself in a situation to be looked at as a whore or a homewrecker or anything like that by meeting people. It's okay to encounter people and say, they're cool. Like, that's a cool person. Like, I could be that person's friend, or, whatever. Or they could hit me up if they need something or whatever. But for ass, no. For anything sexual, no. So I think all of the times of him standing me up like he was coming and he wasn't coming opened my eyes, and I was just kind of like, dang, you want a husband, everything that you want in a husband. This man has all the qualities of the things that you're asking for, but this man is already married, but this man would not be able to fully commit to you, but this is what your life will look like with all of the qualities and things that you think you want in a man. I think that's what my message was for me. Like, yeah, he may be a nice man. That is true. Yeah, he may look good. That is true. Yeah, he may, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a wake up, like a boom. Like, yeah, you want those things, but this is what your life could look like. Because the things that he is telling you, I'm sure you're not the first woman that he said that to. I'm sure you're not the second, third, fourth, or fifth. And if you are the first, it's not going to stop. Because if he's willing to sleep with you, imagine how many other women he would be willing to sleep with. There's 1 million plus beautiful women in this world. There's 1 million plus. There's so much temptation out there in this world. Do you truly want those qualities in a man that you say you want? Or you're just praying for the outer layer of a man? You're not praying for the inner layer of a man. So that's when I had to realize that I need to fix what I'm asking for. I need to ask God more in depth of what I want. And I need to pay attention to good friends and good winky. Cause a good glizzy don't mean a man gonna be faithful to you, and a good box don't mean a man gonna stop everything and be like, yeah, this is it for me either. Because you have to have more than sex, more than sex. Y'all hear them kids outside? To be with a real man, a man that want things out of life, a man that see a future with you and want to build with you. So I think it opened my eyes, and I'm not gonna lie, like this situation with him, with the married man, it prepared me for my next situation that I'll probably be introducing to y'all within the next few weeks. A couple of clowns that I entertained, and it's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And that's another thing. Sometimes what you ask for, and sometimes when you do let your guard down, that doesn't mean it's gonna be better. Sometimes you just have to wait, and you have to wait for your person. And when it's your person, you gonna know it's your person. You're not gonna have to question yourself. You're not gonna have to wonder. So like, yeah, that's the I fell in love with a married man part two. Basically, he told me lies, because at this point I have to say what it is. Basically, he told me lies, like they were getting divorced, and maybe they were, maybe things changed, but he basically told me that was the situation. They were getting a divorce, and they didn't live together, and some other all that bullshit. And I entertained it, believed it, wanted something so bad, was stood up a couple of times, stood him up once, and decided like, yeah, this ain't right. Like, this ain't right. Like, none of this is right. And that's why you keep looking like an idiot, because all of this is wrong. So it's like, yeah. And still to this day, like, I got a text from him the other day, and well, probably like a week, 2 weeks ago, whatever. And when he told me who it was, I just ignored it, like, whatever. I'm in an era of my life where I don't have time for bullshit. Like, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful to be able to take care of my child and be the boss that I am and do all the things that I need to do. So I don't have time to entertain things that don't serve me or my purpose. And I'm grateful that whatever is for me is for me. And when it's time for me to get married and have a husband, I pray he's a damn good husband, and he loves the ground I walk on and everything. And I'm so worthy of that. And if you're a woman watching this, you're worthy of that. Don't let no man tell you I'm just being a man, or other women tell you, oh, men gonna be men. No, a man that values you will never jeopardize your health, because for one, cheating is jeopardizing. So you are worthy of all those things that you want and you pray for. So don't let your guard down and pay attention, and your message gonna be right there in your face. It may take you some time to get it. It may take you some time to see it. So all of y'all that was on my videos, some you airhead, you this, you that. Thank you. My fucking rich ass airhead ass is right here. No, I never slept with the married man. No, I've never done anything with the married man, but I wanted to, and the flesh was speaking so loud that I couldn't, that my standards and everything went away. So this is a lesson to you young ladies. Like, don't let your flesh get you into something that's gonna put you in a bad situation, because y'all can only imagine, if I had to slept with this man, I would have fell in love with this man for real, and me and this man probably would have been in a pickle and things like that. And y'all, some of the conversations were so vulgar and things like that. And yeah. And see, I want more kids. He was like, he don't want more kids, things like. And when you and a person in life don't align, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that's for you. Like, it's all right. I've learned, like, I used to want to be with a person so bad. They would be like, oh, I don't want this. So I would be like, yeah, me either. But it's like, truly deep down inside, I know, like, I do want that in the future. I do want that one day. And it's like, I'm going with the flow, because I want to make this person my person so bad. But that was only just confirmation that that person was not my person. So now, like, the adult me, I am so happy. I walk around with a smile on my face. I'm happy. I'm free. I don't deal with nothing from my past. If you don't know, I used to have my daughter's name tattooed on my daughter's daddy's name tattooed on my shoulder. Um, yeah, so my daughter's dad's name used to be tattooed there. I covered that up. And I have another cover up to get on my arm, and I'll show y'all that one when the time comes. I was supposed to do it a couple of weeks ago, but with me getting sick and my daughter getting sick, I had other things to handle. But yeah, everything in my life, I feel like this was a year of clearance, clearing out the baggage. I feel like God tested me a few times to see if my faith and what I really wanted is truly what I wanted, if I was ready for it. Um, yeah, I've been through a lot in my life, and I feel like this is evolution for me. I feel like it's time for me to evolve into the grown woman that I am. I'll be 30 next year, y'all. So I told my mama, if I don't do nothing else within the next 5 years, she will be planning a wedding, and she will get to see one of her daughters walk down the aisle for sure. So I am doing everything in my power, and I want to give my daughter a great home, not just a home. I want her to have a loving, caring, great home. So that is my story time of I fell in love with a married man part 2. And as you guys see, I did not give up the nookie. Y'all, I am 2 years celibate. I did have a situation with somebody, and yeah, I'll get into that when I get into that. But at this time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at jdream_, TikTok at therealminamillions. And yeah, y'all can also find me on Facebook at Mina Rose. That is a little bit more personal over there. You'll probably be able to find people over there, but it is what it is. As I grow this channel, it is what it is. Just don't harass nobody and ask them no questions, cause they might shut us out. They gonna let me know, like, yeah, I had to let them just know, leave it alone. So yeah, anyways, that is my little quick story time, and I hope you guys get something from this. And now that this story is finished, that is done and that is over. So yeah, thank you. Bye. Yeah, it's 222. I had to show gratitude to my ancestors. But y'all, my bad. I had to come back. I don't even remember where I was. My daughter came in and distracted me. But yeah, y'all, my baby not feeling good. You okay, Jay? Yeah, that was it. Okay. So